If someone has a reputation for being unsafe, how do you protect yourself without killing the match? What is it?
Years ago,
A
a friend
friend of
of mine
mine,
asked me to sing some MC
Steve
rhyme. So
Rhymes,
I said this rhyme I'm about to say.
say,
The rhyme was there, but then it went this way.
So how do you do that? Let's see.
what prompted that?
What prompts me to do it?
is it is it the 18?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not usually influenced by 18. Usually need 21 or older.
Oh man, gotcha, gotcha.
um, for those of you that don't realize it, when that song kicks in at the end and you hear Dwayne Swayze dropping those bars, 21 or older, listen a little closer. He's talking about whiskey, 21 or old. Like, well, as we say, I like a whiskey old enough to order itself. Grown whiskey, 21. And that's when you stepping up to like grown man shit. Grown man palate, grown man tax bracket, 21 and older. But anyway, I digress. Well, that goes two ways. On the one hand, if you have gotten yourself to a point in professional wrestling, you could say, nah, I ain't working with that dude. Or if that person says, hey, I want to do this, and you just go, no, I'm not comfortable taking that. I don't really want to do that. Um, if you're a little further down the tier and you don't really have any say so, you can always say no. And unfortunately, sometimes there will be backlash that doesn't favor you if you say no. Um, Unfortunately, that's working life. When you work for someone else and they want you to do something that you don't want to do, you can say no. But will you have a job the next day if you do? Will
Mm,
you get called back? That's
yeah.
the tough part. Um, Sometimes somebody who has been around longer or has a little more cachet will want to, I want to do this move, I want to do that move, and you're saying, I'm not comfortable taking that. It can be a problem. But protect yourself at all times. And remember, half of pro wrestling is making the other person look better than they are. There's maybe two or three people in all of pro wrestling that can do something to me that I don't want them to do. Like if Shelton Benjamin wants to suplex you, you don't have to jump. you
You're
know,
gonna get
He's
suplexed.
going for that ride. If Brock Lesnar grabs you and wants to throw you, you don't have to jump. You going. Um, but sometimes people pick you up. We call it sandbagging. When you go to lift somebody up and they don't help you,
Mm.
but sandbag, you can make somebody look bad unintentionally because this guy's supposed to be super strong and he's supposed to lift you up and you go heavy on him and he can't get you up. Now you look bad. But that's also a way to protect yourself because sometimes these people will, what we say, take liberties. I didn't say you could pick me up to do that. I don't trust you to pick me up to do that. So I'm a sandbag you. Nah, brother, I'm not cool with that. Or no, 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 no.
So that's a way to get out of it if they start getting reckless, like in the ring once you're already in there.
Yeah, just
Okay.
no, you can't pick me up and throw me, or grab a hold.
Grab a hold.
Grab a hold. Um, and in our business, it's not like it used to be, but what we've talked about receipts. You hurt me. I'll let you have that one. You hurt me again. Hey, brother, tighten up. You kind of sloppy. You hurt me again. You getting the receipt now. You getting the live round coming back at you. Um, some people don't let you get a few of them before they get in. You get one shot, bam. Oh, what the hell, man? Bam, it's coming right back. So, hopefully, most of the time, you're in the ring with a person that wants to have a great match, doesn't want to get hurt, doesn't want anyone to get hurt. Um, and the days of beating up job guys, that's over. If you look at some of the old footage of like what the Steiners and the Road Warriors used to do to job guys, like, oh man, it's cringe to watch sometimes. Like they cared nothing about those human beings and their physical state. Um, Clotheslining people out of their boots. That's not so much a thing anymore. And if someone has a reputation for being dangerous, nowadays they're not going to make it that far. I mean, that was the thing back in the day, but now there aren't too many people that have a reputation for hurting people. You just won't be around that long because there's too much money involved. If you're hurting stars, stars aren't going to want to work with you. Companies aren't going to want to use you because you're putting their stars on the shelf. So if you're an up and coming guy and you're working with someone who has a reputation for hurting people, protect yourself. Say no. Don't let them do what they want to do to you. And, you know, if necessarily, you might need to fucking send a few live rounds downrange. You know, like, hey, man, back up. You know, it's just so different now. You know, so. And then you guys hit me up in the comments. Let me know. For you independent wrestlers that are still out there, are there still people out there actively working, getting booked on the regular that have a reputation for being dangerous, for hurting people?